Hi, I'm Kathy Hines, fashion designer, and I'm doing a video for one of my soul sisters. She made a project, and in the waistline, it's too small, she can't zip it up. So when I do alterations to give just a little bit of room inside of a garment, I put what I call a triangle. And of course, it's not a triangle exactly, but I call it a triangle because it has a point on it. So what I did, I've made a dress for one of my invisible friends, and of course nobody's going to wear this unless I can find somebody small enough to wear it. But I made a dress and I've sewn it together underneath the sleeve, and the whole purpose of this is to be able to show you how I put what I call triangles inside the dress. So this is what I'm calling a triangle. It's four sides, so it's actually a rectangle, just stretched out a little bit. So I'm going to fold it in the center. I want to show you how I actually cut it. So if I take a piece of fabric, fold it, put this on, and this is the easiest way to cut what I call the triangle, and this is what's going to go underneath the arm of the dress. So just real quick, cut it to there's a point there, turn it, and you see that it's folded here. And I cut it to where there's another point. So voila, I have what I call a triangle. So this is what I'm going to use on this dress. So I'm going to take the seam out because it's too small in this area, right around the waist area. And with the magic of quickness, the seam has been removed. So what I'm going to do now is putting right sides together. I'm going to start to pin my triangle. You could actually take it up the arm if you needed to, if the arm was too tight and you want to get a little bit of room. But I'm just going to do it here. So I'll start by pinning. I worked in a boutique in Columbus, Mississippi some years ago, and we had lots of clients who were in need of just a little bit more room in their garments. Loved the garment, but just didn't want to get rid of it, and they needed a little bit more room. So I'm pinning this all the way. It's a little bit past the waistline, which is okay, but the whole point in this video for my dear friend is to show her how to add a little bit of room when she doesn't have a whole lot of fabric that she can remake the entire garment. So I'm going to start to sew this. Because sometimes it's just real helpful to see something be done rather than just trying to talk you to it, through it, or text you all those words. Sometimes the picture actually helps. Okay, so that's sewn on that side, and now I'm going to sew the other side with it. But I'm going to take care to make sure I'm lining up the seams. So see this seam and this seam? I kind of still want them to match a little bit. So where the fabric is, I'm just going to fold it into so I can catch that seam area. I've been doing this or sewing for more than 25 years, and I find that it's very relaxing, and it's very heartfelt. I get a lot of satisfaction by helping people do or be able to realize their dreams, or being able to keep her project on track. And it's something she's making for herself, and it's nice fabric. She just didn't want to get rid of it. So now look at this. I have pinned this on the other side, right sides together, and I'm coming down close to where the triangle ends. I'm not going to pin it all the way through that, but I'll sew through that after a little bit. So now I'm going to sew. I want to show you the other side too. So now I'm going to sew this together. starting up there close to the point of the triangle, because eventually it's going to meet. I just sew down, just like you're sewing, you know, sides together. You're sewing the sides of the triangle together. So I'm going to take this out now, take the pins out. So right now I want to make sure that I clean it up. So I took apart all of that from underneath the arm, and now I'm going to sew down under that arm. I hope you guys find that this is helpful to you. And the key is, if you have some of the same fabric still around, just use that. So what I did, I just sewed to where it met. I sewed to where it met. I'll turn it over so you can see it just a little bit. And here, just where it meets, one, that's the inside and that's the other side. But notice my hem is open, or the bottom of the skirt is open. And I'll start sewing. Just about to where it meets. That's fine for me. You can crisscross sew over, making an X if you like. But again, the whole purpose in this was just to kind of help my friend know that there's always a way. There's always a way. So now, that's it. Look at there. It's in there. I'm going to turn it on the right side so you can actually see. And even when you're making stuff, what's really nice is there's always a way to get a little bit more room. And now look at my triangle. Look at that. You can press that, be able to zip it up. It'll be under your arm. And who will be able to say that it wasn't your intention to sew that? So now your zipper can fit. And that's a way of increasing the waistline. Just press it down and it works fine. So again, this is Kathy Hines, fashion designer, and this is for one of my sew sisters. I hope you enjoy.